Janet, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had myself muted. I was trying to make sure you were all good to go, and somehow I muted myself. So let me introduce things real quick again. Um, so thank you for joining us. We had some
Thank you for
technical
having me.
difficulties if you're just joining us. Um, I am Lisa, and I am the host of and creator of the Oklahoma Indian Festival. And tonight we have Jan Tharp, who is a Cherokee beater, and she is joining us. So I'm going to bring her back on the screen, and we will go ahead and have a chat with Jan. How are you doing tonight, Jan?
I'm doing all right. How's everybody this evening?
Doing okay. I'm loving this weather.
Oh, I know. Isn't it gorgeous?
I
It's one
can
of those
handle
that you
this
go
all
out there and
summer
lay
long.
out in the breeze and let it just go to sleep, take a quick nap.
Yeah, yeah. So we could not be any more happier to have you here with us tonight. We're so glad you've joined us.
Oh,
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jan.
of course, my name's Jan Tharp. I'm Cherokee. I'm currently residing in Chelsea, Oklahoma. Have been for 7 years. I was born and raised in Tulsa. I have 3 grown kids with spouses and 8 grandchildren. So my life's pretty full, along with my beading and of course, my regular full-time job. I have a regular full-time job, but I started beading probably about 30 years ago because I picked up a piece of jewelry material. Or I call it material because it was a peyote stitch, and I just loved the way it felt. And so I thought I'm going to have to learn how to do that. And so that's the start of all of this here. But I'm one of those that's what I call one bead at a time person, I guess, because I love the peyote stitch out of everything. Besides the bead embroidery that I do, I love the peyote stitch, and so it's got me going pretty good and loving every minute of it.
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that. So, um, what do you have there behind us? I see that beautiful blue bag.
And yes, that's my most recent one that I finished. Oh, I'm going to say probably about a month ago. I call it Sakonagay, which means blue in Cherokee. It's all glass. This is
Oh,
wool. And then, of course, it's lined with calico cotton and silk ribbon. And everything is done by hand, including the assembly. No machine ever touches my handbags. I do them all by hand, by myself.
oh, wow. I've made a few bags in my day, so I know just how much work that is.
Yeah. But I'm getting ready to start another one because at the first of the year I saw the flower called Indian blanket, and I thought, oh, how pretty is that? And then of course another group
Hmm.
that I'm on said something about the Indian blanket, and I said I want to make a purse out of that, and of course they said yes. So I started making a purse using the Indian blanket after many drawings and everything, trying to get it looking right.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the Indian blanket one. That's one of my favorite flowers.
Yeah, I think it's pretty, and I'm doing it. I've got started on it, but this is as far as I've gotten on it right now.
I didn't, when you showed that to me earlier, I didn't realize that was your Indian blanket. I love that turquoise color. That is going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, I thought it would be prettier have a lighter color because it's going to be mostly red and yellow and oranges, what the flower looks like. So I needed something really to make it pop.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
Thank
So, how
you.
did you get started in your beading, Jan?
Oh, like I said, I just picked up a piece and loved it and started like most people that are beginners at it, basically a stringing type until I got the knack of handling some of my tools and everything, and then I started reading patterns. I'm basically self-taught because I didn't have no people around me that could help me say, hey, this is the way we do it, or maybe you might try this or that. And so I'm pretty much self-taught. And about 10 years ago, I found the Oklahoma Bead Society out of Tulsa, and I started meeting with them and I learned different things from them too. So just learning these different techniques. And about 9 years ago, that's when I found out about Martha Berry and her bags and beading, and I had to take that class too, because when it comes to beads, I'm in my own little world. I call it my tranquilizer pill. Just give me my tray of beads and I get to play with it, and I'm happy little camper.
Well, that sounds like it's good therapy for you.
It is, it is.
So, do you have a particular piece that is your favorite?
Oh, not really. One thing is I do keep my first purse that I learned with Martha Berry, and that's, just because that's my first time ever doing that. And so I keep it as a reminder of what you can do. And when I listened to Tiffany earlier, it's just one of those things that when you start something, you, yes, you're going to see your mistakes, but don't quit. You got to keep going. And that's one thing about, when I make a mistake and I rip it out and start all over again. But in the end, I'm happy with it, because, some people get flustered and quit. But yeah, you can get flustered, but if you don't quit, that's when your reward comes in.
Right, right. I completely understand that. So many times I've completely ripped out things because I used to sew and quilt and make purses, and I've completely ripped it out, cut it down again, and started all over.
Yeah,
So,
that the Oklahoma Bead Society, we call it the frog stitch because we rip it out. So call it the frog stitch next time you have to rip it out.
right, right. I hardly have time for those things these days, but
Yeah,
so busy doing this and a couple other projects I have going on, but
yeah,
I do miss the creativity part of it. But I'm so happy I get to work with like you
yeah.
and help you reach your wider audience. For those of you who are joining us today, this evening, I should say, it's still daylight outside. That's why I said today. But
Yeah.
this is Jan Tharp, and she will be joining us this Saturday on the Oklahoma Indian Festival um, Market Day, and we're going to have it this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. right here on this Facebook channel. If you join our email list, you'll also get an invite to join us here in Zoom, and you can type your questions in the chat in Zoom because we know everyone loves Zoom. It's so fun. So, so go ahead, and I will put the links to all of Jan's websites, to the Zoom, to our email list for you to join, and for the event that's coming up on Saturday. But we just appreciate you, and like I said, this is really gives me great joy to bring artists out, and so everybody gets to meet them all and see the beautiful work that they do.
Right.
So, Jan, talking about your beautiful work, can you show us some of the things that are behind you? I see it looks like necklace or earrings or lanyards.
Yeah, this is a corn bead necklace. I just started doing these here. They're called corn beads because they're grown. I don't know if you can see it or not. Because they're grown on stalks that looks like corn.
So those are beads that are grown?
Yeah, these here right here.
Okay, the brown ones.
Right. Yeah, not these here, but I got these fixed up at every 7. It's kind of a sacred number for Cherokees because of the 7 clans and stuff. Huh?
Very much a sacred number for Cherokees.
Yes. So that's the reason in between each one you got 7 beads. And then I got 28 of these on here. I don't know, depending on the size of the beads on the length, but the average length of these is anywhere from 32 to 34 inches. And so it just...
You could double it up if you wanted to, or just wear it as a single.
Well, if they wanted a single, I could probably put a clasp on it and they could do it. But I can also add to it, these here just pretty much, I just throw it over and it's ready to go. I'm one of these pull over the head persons that makes it easy for me to go, because with neuropathy in my fingers, I'm not sure if I'm clasping back there. So I just do easy, go over the head.
Right.
But the other stuff you were talking about is I do other bead embroidery besides my purse is, I don't know if you can see that. Let me take my rings off so it don't fall.
A military insignia?
Yeah. Well, actually, this in here just says United States veteran. So it's just the
Oh, okay.
eagle on the flag. I do have some that's like Navy. I have a POW. There's Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force. Let's see, what is these? This is Army. Now this Army has kind of got a Southwest design on it a little bit. And so I got those. My armies don't stick around too long. long they're gone, you know. Uh, and of course, I
So we've got a
love these.
question from
Uh-huh.
the live stream, and Mary Beth wants to know, how do you keep your back from killing you? I guess that refers to beaters tend to bend over when they're doing their work.
Hint. Since I live by myself, I do a lot of beading in my recliner. I got a bead tray that I sit in my lap when I bead. And so I'm comfortable, my back's supported, my feet is up, they're not dangling or anything. So yeah, I understand that. I've been there, done that. And whenever possible, I'm in my recliner doing it.
Yeah, that's why I like hand sewing, because you don't have to be sitting at an uncomfortable chair and machine.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So you've got canes.
Huh?
Would we be able to find those on your website?
Yes, these keychains are on my website right now. And I believe they're like $20.
Okay.
And so very, inexpensive. Um, there's shipping involved, but for the most part, $20. Uh, and I have these kind of earrings. They're based almost like the key rings, with the exception I put a back on them and make them earrings, which in this case, I love these pink roses or red roses.
Oh, very pretty.
And it's got this kind
Nice
of a back.
Is that a clip? Oh, it's a post with a.
It's what they call a thumbnail. It's like a thumbnail. It goes,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so,
I got it. Gotcha.
And
So
I got
it's
a
very
little glitter around there. Huh?
It's very secure.
Yep. That I found out those help out to when you put them on, because sometimes some earrings kind of like sag a little bit,
Yeah.
but with this here it helps hold it up a little bit more. So that's the reason I use those. The other things I have is I love making these are infant pucker toe moccasins.
Those are beautiful. I think those were on the picture you sent in to me.
Was they? I love these. I think these are so cute, and I can make them any colors, and the material that I use is what they call tanned, which is so soft. You may want to rub it on your face, and but it's so soft for an infant. So, that's the reason I fell in love doing this.
Do you ever do adult size moccasins?
What adult sizes? I have yet to finish my pair. I have yet to finish mine. I got them stitched up, but beaded, I have not. And I've thought about that because the Rock Your Mocks is coming up pretty soon, and I need to finish them so I can,
It's usually the second week in November, and I've got mine. I found a pair of blue suede ones I might have to wear this year.
Yeah, I know they're having it some, like you said, in November, and they want everybody, those that's participating, take a picture of you rocking your mocks and post it on Facebook. So that's why I gotta hurry up and get my beadwork done.
Yes, you do. So, do you ever take custom orders, Jan?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I got some I got to get ready to do. This is one of the stitches I was telling you about. It's called peyote stitch. I love beading on stuff like this here. This is an OU pin, and I had an OSU, and of course it's already sold. People saying, hey, I want some of those. However custom you want. Same way with these key rings or earrings. My corn beads, you want specific color, specific sizes, you can do that. I also do porcupine earrings. Most people like those because they're really lightweight and really fun and fluttery and everything. Um, so for the most part, yeah, I will take custom orders. So it just really depends on what detail you want. Hey, we can talk Facebook, FaceTime each other and we can find out what it
Hmm.
is you need, you know.
That sounds like a good idea. Do you have anything new you wanted to show us, or that you got something that might come up this Saturday?
Um,
Of
the
course,
only
you're
other
joining
thing,
us Saturday for the event, the live event, the
right.
market event.
I will do a drawing. I will have a drawing. I will give away a pair of earrings. I'm going to give away a pair of earrings. I also do these leather type bracelets, which are really hot item right now. These
Oh
here,
yeah, I like those. I might have to get a custom color. Shh, don't tell Greg. I try
okay,
to wear just his jewelry, but every once in a while I have to support my artists. So
right. Well, see,
I like.
these here are imitation Indian heads, and I got some buffalo heads, and I'm almost out of the buffalo stamps. I got like 3 left. I had to call I say call, I contacted him, say, hey, you're making more. He says, I'm taking off about 2 or 3 weeks. So I got plenty of Indian head buttons, but the buffalo heads, if I think, like I said, I got like 3 left. But I also make them, which I also have them with a Route 66.
Oh, how fun! And you told me that you are involved or you do something with the foil totem pole. Is that right? Am I
Yes.
getting that right?
Yeah, Ed Galloway's Totem Pole Park there in Foyle, Oklahoma. They buy some of my pieces to help support, raise money for themselves because all the money they get from either selling stuff from like myself and other artists or like just donations is how they make it through. And they bought some of my pieces like 3 weeks before COVID hit. And I mean, it shut, COVID shut everybody down. And I just recently talked to them last week, and they're needing some more orders. And they, said, "Hey, here's what we need." And so I got to get
Oh, well,
some more
that's
orders to
good.
them. But, huh? So yeah, I like helping them because they're local, you know, and they're like this group here. They support the local artists if possible. And so I got there, and I want to say there's like another lady, like she's a Creek or whatever. So it's not one particular tribe. They're just looking for Native American pieces that maybe that, within reason, because they're just a small group. They don't have a big budget to work with. So,
And that's a good place for people to think about if they're in Northeast Oklahoma to go buy
mhm,
some gifts for people.
right.
Yeah, they could. Christmas is not too far away. I know a lot of the artists are normally this time of year are gearing up for Cherokee Holiday, Native American Day, and Christmas all at the same time because this is our busy time of year as
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
Not and it just seems odd not to be preparing for the holiday this week and instead be but instead of getting to meet people in person, I get to meet them here online and
Yeah. Yeah.
spend some time with them that way. And so, and Jan, just want to say thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Let me see if there's, I'm going to double check and see if there are any more questions. We've got your information on your website, in your Facebook
Hmm.
is in the comments for anybody who's interested in following along. And I highly do suggest it because Jan has gorgeous work and really the photos do it just as much more than the video right now tonight. So I hope it's always that way. I think
Yeah, it
things are
is.
always so. Um, we'll come on real quick here for everybody. So I wanted to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we'll bring on 2 more artists that you'll get to meet. So I hope you join us then. I'll post a link to that event in the comments. Um, don't forget to go ahead and like Janae's Jan's page, Janae Gems. The link is in the comments. Follow Oklahoma Indian Festival for upcoming events and share. Sharing is caring. Share this with your friends. Invite your friends and come watch on Saturday. We know you really want to be at the Cherokee holiday, and so do we, but you can join us here online. So we'd just like to say thank you again and good night.